To be done this week more on the etzem kinyanim. How do you buy the chametz? How do you sell chametz to a guy? How's a guy cleaning it? So the shaila comes up which kinyanim work for a guy, midraisa, midrabanan. There are a few different kinyanim. There's the kinyan of kinyan giving money, kesef.
I mean, you mean a guy can't be anything?
That's what we're getting into. There are a few different kinyanim. There's a kinyan kesef. There's a kinyan of meshicha. Of pulling it. There's a kinyan of a chatzar that your chatzar is kinyan for you. There's a kinyan agav. If you kind of karka together with this, you could be kind of other metalta in other places. There's kinyan chalifin, and there's another and there's a kinyan situmta. Something situmta is a lashon.
Simta is a little street after.
No, situmta meaning something which is a minhag of the makim that you make this is how you make a kinyan, like a handshake. You do on.
An accepted method.
Whatever the minhag is that this is how you do ma'aser kinyan. That's another sort of kinyan which is brought up in the Gemara.
What's the word that you used?
Situmta, I think, was the lashon. I don't think I have it here.
What's the type of misacha?
Of what?
Misacha.
Your friend.
It means a yid. It has to mean a yid. Misacha b'mitzvah.
That's the second one. That's the second one I'm looking.
Misacha means im she'itcho.
Im she'itcho. Sif charedu.
So let's see. So in the first amount of makim is how are you kind of? So it's machlekes in the Gemara even how's a yid kind of things. Is midraisa are you kind of that through kesef or midraisa are you kind of through meshicha through pulling it? So the Gemara in Baba Mitzia that mem zayin on base. The Gemara says Amar Rabbi Yechnan Tvar Torah Mois Koines. Midraisa you're kind of with money. Reish Lakish argues. He says and he goes and weiter. I skipped out the part. He says that meshicha is midrabana. Bana or mesake the kinyan meshicha. Reish Lakish Amar meshicha beforesh is minatayra. It's the first minatayra that you're kind of with meshicha pulling it. My time of the Reish Lakish. Where does it? Why? Where does he know this from? Amar Kra, the pasuk says when you sell something to your friend, ikane miyad amisecha. So it's the lashon is miyad amisecha. So he's medayik davar hanikne miyad liyad, something which goes from one hand to another hand, which that's meshicha through pulling it. So that's the machlekes Rabbi Yechon Reish Lakish. How is a yid kind of thing?
And he obviously is not getting too deep into the amisecha part. He's right, your fellow man.
Oh, so that's the next Gemara.
I don't know. We don't know what amisecha means. What does amisecha mean?
That's the next Gemara. That's the second Gemara.
Im she'itcha b'Torah is already a pilpul. Pashut gepshuta amisecha means your fellow man.
A fellow.
It's an interesting word, amisecha. What does it mean?
That's the second. Look at this. That's the second Maramakain. So in the first Maramakain, machlekes how's a yid kind of something. So the shayla is how. What about a guy? So the second is Gemara Bechidus talking about. Although we always think the whole machlek is that.
Oh, you mean the first one doesn't get into yid? It's only a yid.
So it's talking about a yid. Okay. How's the yid kind of? Okay. So the Gemara Bechidus over there is talking about nowadays there's you have to be paid the bechor, but nowadays we don't have the Beis Hamikdash. We don't bring the bechor to the Beis Hamikdash. So what then is you're maidim. You sell the bechor to a goy. Before it's born, you sell a part of the mother or the baby to a guy, and therefore it's pater from the bechor. So the whole kun, so it's essentially in the Pesachim, the whole time they're discussing how to make a kinyan. So half the times they're talking about mechiras chametz, half the time they're talking about mechiras bechor, because you have the same shilas in both cases. It's not only over here. The whole chiddush of the Alter Rebbe about doing out of kavlan. Alter Rebbe writes in the back of the Shulchan Aruch. Also, when you sell bechor, pidyon bechor, you have to do it the same way. So I guess in Eretz Yisrael they have to do these things. I'm saying who owns the farms? I'm saying I don't think you have Yiddish farms up here. I don't think so.
No, the mitzvah of Chayr is not really
no, I'm not saying something. It's just practically they have Yiddish farms here. I don't think they have Yiddish farms over here.
I went to Borough Park. There is a guy in Borough Park, it's a rebel who does these mitzvahs. And he does it, makes a big to do.
Saying he buys the animal just so he can do the fitting b'chayr.
He does a ganze.
Okay, I'll call upon him. So there. So the Gemara b'chayr is talking about how do you. They sell special silver coins with like a picture of a donkey on it, which they use to be feidah chamer. They make a whole business out of it. Fine. So. So the second amount of makis, the Gemara is talking about how do you sell to a guy. So the Gemara says, Mechayis the Gimel Amud Aleph says, Knei miyad amisecha. You should be kind from the hand of your amisecha, of your friends. So miyad amisecha hu de b'mishicha. So this is going according to Reish Lakish. When do we say mishicha is koine? That's from amisecha. But hamiyad eivekei chavim bekesef. You see that this kinyan you do, the pasuk when it says miyad amisecha, you take it from your friend. Yeah, you see from the pasuk that the kinyan from a guy is different than the kinyan from a yid. So according to Reish Lakish, the kinyan from a yid is through mashicha. If so, then by a guy it's through kesef.
If you're going to be so medayik, I'm going to say I don't know how a kinyan is by a guy. It's not mashicha and it's not simkiru.
No, it seems like kesef is an established kinyan. It's a
not according to Reish. Are you saying?
What do you mean? Reish Lakish is machadish.
Reish Lakish holds, by yid. It sounds like he holds like money is not kaina and atayra by a yid.
It's not kaina.
I mean atayra. Atayra money is not kaina. That's what it seems like.
That means when you go to the store,
the machlekes is what is kaina, meshicha or kesef?
I think voice it's universal.
It's not what you think. It's a machlokes between Rabbi Yochanan and Reish Lakish.
I understand. And read the
Is
word.
Mois koinais or not?
Mois koinais or not? Or
Yes. That's exactly the machlokes. Is mina Torah.
At one point,
do you know, Mendel? Do you know that midarabbanon there is a takone that Mois is not koine anymore? You cannot buy things. You pay for something it's not yours yet.
You can still go back on the kinyan. At what point can you not go back on the kinyan? At one point it is already done, and you can't go back on it. So according to Reish Lakish, holds that the kinyan is the meshicha. The kinyan for you is meshicha. If so, by a guy, is not kinyan with meshicha. It's only kinyan through kesef.
How do I know a guy is kinyan through kesef?
So what other?
Why? Because I have
saying maybe it's
what else?
You're saying maybe it's one of the other kinyanim.
No, I have it by After
Maybe according to
also.
Maybe
right,
according
the
to
other kinyanim there. According to Rabbi Yechanan, who says that a yid is koina through kesef, so if so, when we say a guy is different, that means he's koina through mashicha. So whichever way it is going to be by yid, it's going to be the opposite by a guy.
Who says the guy is different?
That's the Gemara in Bechiris, right? In the second Ramakim, it's kinei miyad amisecha. That this kinyan, which you do by yid,
Mashiach is different by a guy and a yid. How do we know it's different by kesef too? Because
wait a minute. Where does Rabbi Yechanan base his svara?
that Mois is kindness?
Yeah, well,
I'm not sure. Maybe
if it's not because of the fact that Mois is a universal thing. Where's the pshit? Where's Minatayra?
Maybe from Sidei Ephraim. We see by Ephraim, Avram gave him the money to buy it. Akapanin, the yesay that we have to get into here is it comes out machlekes lahalacha. There's machlekes in the Gemara. How is a guy koina money? Is it through kesef or is it through mashicha? Is it through pulling it?
Pulling the money?
Through pulling the chametz.
No.
Why would we think
you misspoke?
Excluding.
Why would we think that a guy could do mashicha? Kesef, I know. Right, Rabbi Yochanan. The only machlekes is mashicha by a yid or not between Rabbi Yochanan and Shlomo.
But according to Reish Lakish, I don't think kesef is. I don't think kain is kesef is kain according to Reish Lakish. I think he's saying.
According to Reish Lakish, it's both. Chisim kirumimke. I can't be Adam Sech, but that's about a yid.
You're saying, okay,
one says no.
I don't think it's excluding what Rabbi Yochanan says.
You
have to look in the Gemara. The machlekes and the
Reish Lakish is adding on that not only kesef by a yid, but mashicha also.
That's what I thought too.
Okay, no, I'm not sure. I have to look. I'm not sure. I have to look again. But
one learns mites from one place in the Torah, and one learns mites from another place in the Torah, where he also learns mashichas also by a yid. But by a guy, it's only kesef and mashicha not.
Okay, so I have to look again. I'm not sure about the Gemara and Bavnasiyah, but I'll kapanim by a guy. We have a machlekes. It comes out whichever way it is by yid, it's going to be the opposite by a guy. So it's machlekes Reish Lakish ends up being machlekes Reish Lakish and Rabbi Yechanan, whether a guy is koina through money, kesef, or is he koina through mishicha, through pulling it. So
somebody says mashicha works by a guy.
Yeah, because if you hold that a yid is kind of through kesef,
Well,
so then a goy is the opposite
well,
of
that's only if you
yid.
hold amisecha. Then you get the opposite, right? Amisecha is like this, and this is like this.
Hey,
But
so
maybe Rabbi Yochanan doesn't learn from amisecha, so he doesn't have to say that you're opposite. He holds mais kind of by yid and by a goy.
So most of the Rishonim hold that we do that. Everyone takes on the limit of amisecha. That is not by yid.
Then it has to be opposite.
So whichever way it is going to be by yid, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be the opposite by a goy.
So if a yid could be kind of kesef and meshicha, it leaves nothing for a guy.
So that's it comes from that. So everyone understands that according to Rabbi Yochanan it's through kesef. So then by goy is going to be meshicha. According to Rabbi Shlakish, that's through meshicha. So then by goy is going to be through kesef.
So Rabbi Yochanan will learn chisim k'rumikam secha economy amisecha that it's all king in kesef.
It's all talking about
Rabbi
kesef.
Yochanan will learn the whole pasuk is kesef.
Yeah.
Good.
So this is lapel. So back then, so if you have a regular mechira, you're fine on all grounds, right? Regular mechira, you give him the chametz and he gives you the money. So either way, you're covered, right? The problem comes up the way we do our mechiras chametz is that we have a lot of chametz. It's too much to all bring to the guy. So therefore, that chametz ends up staying in our house, and he just gives us the money. So you're stuck with the problem. How do we paskin? Is the guy kaya through kesef or is he kaya through meshicha?
Kesef, we said.
Machlekes, how's a guy kaina between Reish Lakish?
According to Rabbi Yochanan, he would be kind with Mashiach.
Through Mashiach.
Opposite. So he'd be kind with Mashiach. According to Rabbi Yochanan, he wouldn't be kind with anything. Because Rabbi Yochanan learns that Yid is Kesef and Mashiach, and if a guy has to be different, then it's nothing.
According to Rabbi Yochanan, he's kaina.
Rabbi Yochanan opposite. Rabbi Yochanan says Kesef by a Yid, Mashiach by a guy. What about Reish Lakish who holds a Yid is Kesef and Mashiach? What would he hold by a guy?
That's Kesef and Mashiach.
I understood it's only Mashiach. How do they teach over there?
Is it either or?
No, please ask the question what you just now asked.
But what's the machlokes? The eta machlokes?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
You went straight to the thesis.
No. I went straight to the thesis.
Fine, so Uncle Fanon.
Right, you know, you're right. Reish Lakish learns only Mashiach. Zen Neisen Amois, and Yener does the Mashiach.
That's what I understood.
Reish holds only Mashiach. So guy will be Kesef. Okay.
So no, absolutely, and that's how I understood.
Zen Neisen Amois, Zen Neisen Mashiach. So it's only Mashiach. The guy who's making the kinyan is being Meshach.
Who's giving money? No, I have to give money.
I give money.
Money has to be given. That's to pay for the transaction. Huh?
And then I pull it. So my real kinyan is with the money.
Not with the money.
It's with the Mashiach Memi.
This is all the Hagdama.
But where's his real kinyan?
You bogged down in the Hagdama.
This is all the Yesevas. Now we have to get into.
It has to happen anyway. Nobody's giving it away.
Okay, this is all the Hagdama. This is all the Hagdama. We have to get into.
According to Rabbi Yochanan, the king is happening when I give you the money.
Right.
According to the Shlakish, the king is happening when I pull the Mashiach.
Yeah, but now we get to the second part, which is Yan Yisrael. He's saying it's the opposite. I don't think that's.
That's just by a Yid. This is by a Yid how they hold.
A guy can't be the opposite.
A guy is going to be the opposite so far.
What's the opposite? You can't say there's no kesef by a guy.
No, a guy
No,
Yeah.
opinion doesn't have the
opposite.
kesef.
According to Rabbi Yochanan,
According to Rabbi Yochanan, there is no kinyan kesef by a guy.
according to Rabbi Yochanan, the guy is
If he
kind
didn't do
when he does
Mashiach, he's not
Mashiach.
kinda.
But he has to give kesef.
Of course, forget that.
Kesef
He has to give kesef. That's not the kinyan.
לעניין קינן משיח אל רבי יוחנן נחלקו הראשונים, האם רבי יוחנן מוידה גם קינן כסף וגם קינן משיחה? Or not? It's a huge machloek. You going into it.
But the way he's
Which, by the
learning
way,
it now,
Rabbi
that it's
Yochanan
opposite by a guy.
by the way, Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Shlokish are arguing in the opinion of Tanakam and Rabbi Shimon, which is another machlokes. Which Perek Azov koines hakesef
But
and
the way
hakesef
we're learning
koines
today,
Azov.
the way we're learning today is Reish Lakish only holds Mashiach, and by a guy it's opposite. So Rabbi Yochanan holds that Kesef is Kaina by a Yid and Mashiach by a guy, and Reish Lakish is learning Mashiach by a Yid, by a guy is Kesef.
Right, so that's the lapel. So nowadays by our kinyan, so nowadays when we sell our chametz lapel, the guy doesn't take the chametz. It used to be you have regular mechira, he takes the chametz and he gives you the money, so you're covered on all grounds.
Mashiach of something.
Mashiach of the merchandise.
Not the home. You do a symbolic Mashiach of something.
Suda.
It has to be the kinyan suda is a different kinyan. It has to be mashiach of the actual merchandise you're taking.
selling him a factory. How's he going to do it?
So where's
So
our
that's where
Meshikha
the
now,
problem
you're
comes
asking?
up. The
That's what he's
mechiras chametz we do nowadays.
asking. Where's the Meshikha?
Any transaction involving,
Right, but the only ones we have which are negei la halacha is by a bechor, selling a bechor and a chametz. And halacha, those are the only two, the ikar two kinyanim that come up. Okay. So the shaila is what do you? So how do we paskin? So la halacha it's a machlikas Rashi and Tosfos. So how do we paskin? So how do we?
Yeah, sure.
By Mechina, you can make a T'nai and overweigh anything. So we make a T'nai that you're paying it guy even though you didn't do the Meshicha. When you
So that's
do
another discussion if you can make it tonight, if that helps.
Different.
But the pale, so how do we paskin? Like Reish Lakish Rabbi Yechanan, so it's a machlikas Rashi and Tosfos. So how do we paskin like that? And even if Shulchan Aruch is weiter machlikas, whether we paskin like Rashi or like Tosfos. So we'll see. There's a tshuva from the mind.
All the rabbis didn't argue.
Then there, saying when we had the Beis Hamikdash, it was an argument. Whenever there's a machlikas, we come to the Sanhedrin and they would answer it. And nowadays we don't have the Sanhedrin, so we have lots of machlikas. So there's a tshuva from the Masas Binyamin. Someone asked him this. They had the shaila. Someone sold chametz. Well, he only gave the money. He only gave the money without taking the merchandise. So the shaila was that a good mechiras chametz? So the Masabim, he wants to say he thinks it's fine because he says the ikar psak is like Rashi. So let's see the tshuva inside, the third Ramakim. He writes, V'omer, and this person says, Shehu machar isa yayin siraf. He sold the mashke, l'goy echad, koidim zman yisuri, before it became asar on Pesach, b'yosei sham mikvar echad, when he was in a small town. V'hakinin haya b'kesef levad. But the kinin was only through kesef, that was all they did. Bli meshicha, bli kniyas makim. And he didn't even sell in the place where the chametz was. And you're mesupik whether that was a good mechira, since Rashi and Rabbeinu Tam argue about it. Rashi islay the goy koine bekesef levad. Rashi holds out a goy is only kind of things through kesef. Rabbeinu Tam islay the bay meshicha oiknias makim. And Rabbeinu Tam holds that either you need to do meshicha or you need to do sell in the place where there's some other type of kinyan.
Isn't that kesef? Isn't that kesef?
It's a kinyan.
Wouldn't I say kinyan kesef is b'chol makim? So you accomplished that with the kesef?
No, how?
So according to Rabbeinu Tam, kesef will work. I don't see
You mean
the
kniyas makim, the makim where the chametz is?
Oh, sorry.
You have to send them the actual.
It has to be something.
So the shaila is what does that mean? Is that kinyan chatz or kinyan agav? So that's going to be in a later stage.
But it has to be together with something.
It has to be a different type of kinyan. So the shaila is what do you do? So he answers. He says da huvay. Mother you should know. V'ni shelachatchila bay latzi sidei shneim. Lachatchila yitakni b'yisel chaladeis. Shedei Rashi v'Rabbeinu Tam shehei a kinyan v'kesef v'gam v'meshicha. You should have both. Oy b'haknois makim or sell in the place where the chametz is. Aval b'di'evid kana v'kesef van. B'di'evid you are kind even with kesef itself. Why mishun dereiv hamachabrim haskim l'das Rashi. Since most of the chabrim are maskim l'das Rashi, therefore you are koine. So this is the Masas Binyamin. Masas Binyamin understands that the Iker is like Shittas Rashi, and Mois is koine. Who is Masas Binyamin? He's before the Magen Avram. I don't remember his name, but he's an earlier Pesach. So he writes that he says halal the Iker you lachatchila you're mashi you're machmer for everyone, but the Avad you could be make a later Rashi. So that's how he paskins. The Pil the Ramah. It's true, there's a chip from the Ramah. He understands Farkeret. He says the Iker is like Rabbeinu Tam. Look in the second Maramah, in the fourth Maramah, the Shaila was Lagave selling a Bechor, selling an animal, and it had a baby before he took the money from the guy. He bought an animal from a guy and had a baby before he bought it in the Rishus of the guy. So the question is, who does it belong to? If it belongs to the guy, you're not hiving Bechor. If it belongs to the other, you are. So yeah, you're right. He says the Iker is like Rabbeinu Tam. That money is not clean, and only Meshicha. So look in the fourth Maramah, we'll see it inside. He writes, Asher sha'altem al derech safik ha'bechor, safik ha'bechor asher neilad, kasher kana para min ha'kutis, he bought a cow from this guy, v'nasan lo mois, he paid her money, v'li mashchal, he didn't take the cow yet, rak henicha etzal ha'kutis, he just left it by her house, v'tishmer lei ha'para, and she took care of it, v'liras isa im shar parisah, and it would pasture with the other cows that she had. So what's the din? So he says, sorry, you don't have to be worried that there's a bechor. Why? Chada the kaim lon Rabbeinu Tam. Halacha is like Rabbeinu Tam. The svirali the gabi kuti einoi koine rak meshicha. Who you hold out by a guy, you're only kind of things through meshicha through pulling it. But kumesha kasva tesis v'arash v'amar the chaim perekazav. Yeah, like the Shayim tesis v'arash the Mordechai all right over there. Perekazav v'chein dasa peiskim the mice be sral koine. And like we also see peiskim right that money is koine by a yid. The im came by a lakuti by a guy koine be meshicha. The guy is all the way around. He's kind of Mashiach. And in the rush. So right. So yeah. Weiter machlekes. What's the din? What is the ikar lahalacha? The chatchila. Everyone says you should be yisel l'chol adayas. You should do both kinyanim. Right. But the shayla is what is the din b'di'evid? B'di'evid, who's the ikar halacha? Right? Like.
And is there a difference by carbon and by the or that nobody?
The one?
The din's going to be the same by both that everyone holds?
By Mechus Chametz and by a Bechor.
That always has to be the same.
Yeah, because it's the same Mechira.
Just making sure that nobody...
So it's the same...
They're both with the rice and they're not both exactly the same. Because by Chametz is Hefsim Merubi to say. Oshenka, you can't say by...
There's the Hefsim Merubi, but Issa the rice is Issa the rice. You can have as much of a Hesed as you want.
He has a Rashi. Rashi's Rashi.
So be'emes you really have more than that. So the question is could you be Seinuch on the... So what in the case where you only sold it through money, what would the Ramos say? Could you be Mekel late Shittas Rashi, even though the Iker is like Rabbeinu Tam? So the
Master Binyamin says the Rifim Chavim hold like Rashi.
Yeah, and then
the Rama says that's a Peskim they hold like Rabbeinu Tam. So it's
a big mavuch. And Shulchan Aruch is also not clear. There's different stiras. It's not Shulchan Aruch is also not clear what the psak is. So the truth is the Masas Biyam has another vart. He says even if you want to say the Iker is like the other Shitta, still the kinyan is going to be a good kinyan. Why? He says because really when it comes to chametz on Pesach, really the chametz is not in your rishus. Right, because chametz became aser b'hana.
So maybe it is.
And something which is aser,
something
which is aser b'hana, you can't use it, and practically you have no rishus over it. You can't do anything. It's aser b'hana. Elamai, why you're still chayiv mishum bal yirav bal yimasa? As the chiddush of the Torah made it that it decided it made it as if it belongs to you and you should be over on Isser since you get rid of it.
By chametz.
So Masas Bion says since it's the ownership that you have on chametz is very schwache ownership. So if so, any gilei das that you try to make that you don't want it, that's enough to get rid of it.
Splitting hairs. Yeah.
So look in the fifth Maramokim. Right, but you did this gilui das before Pesach comes, so you're trying to get rid of it. So once Pesach comes, it's also b'hano and be'etzim it's on your rishus. The only Torah only made a kilu, it's in your rishus. That gilui das, even though be'ikr, even if you want to say be'ikr, we don't hold like that shittel, it's enough when it comes to the Gabi Pesach.
So this gilui das that he made, it could be in lieu of making
it's enough to be kind to the guy. So let's see what his lashon inside in the fifth Maramakim. He writes, the Gabi Chametz miyad kishiagi zman isuri. Right when the zman of Isser starts, lavdi dehu, it's right away. It's not his. V'laver shusay, he was not in his rishus. V'rachmanad uki b'shusay laver Allah bal yira bal yimatzah. And just Ibisher made it as if it's in his rishus. V'evram bal yira bal yimatzah. V'hai, and this person, keeping the machal agoy kvedim zman isuri, since he sold it to the guy before the zman of the Isser, gali b'daite, he showed his megala das the lay nichlei v'mehavi lay zechusa begava. His megala das, he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. Hilkach bekinning kodhu nothing mishusay l'shus hanochri. Therefore, even a small kinyan is enough to get it out of his rishus. Even though
who says kesef is a small kinyan kodhu? Maybe it's nothing. Without Mashiach.
So that's...
You want to say it's a kinyan kodhu, maybe he holds...
So that's under ordinary circumstances.
The Masas Binyamin says that. The Masas Binyamin says that.
Comes up with something new that person that holds that only Mashiach works will hold that in some instances kesef works too.
Yeah, in this case.
Though it wasn't said anywhere.
And the Alter Rebbe brings it down the halacha that b'di'evid he could be mekel, but the Alter Rebbe also has another two sniffin. First of all, it's only chamesh over all of a Pesach is only Isur d'Rabbanan. Right, so it's not before Pesach. On Pesach, it's Daisa Bal Yirah Bal Yimasa, but after Pesach, the Shailah is b'di'evid. It's only Isur d'Rabbanan. So the Isur is more kal. So, and the second of all, Alter Rebbe says that also there's a shitta that Rambam. The Rambam has a different shitta that by a guy, sai money and sai meshicha is koina. There's a third shitta that Rambam. Until now, we're talking about Rashi and Teisos. Machlek is whether money is koina or is meshicha koina. It's either one or the other. So there's a third shitta. There's a shitta that Rambam. He learns that either is koina.
But according to Rabbeinu Tam, it would not be koina.
According to Rabbeinu Tam, money would not be koina.
It wouldn't be this kula that the Minchas Masas Binyamin brought.
The Masas Binyamin wants to say it can work even according to Rabbeinu Tam.
The Rabbeinu Tam doesn't say that it's a schwacher, what do you call it? The Rabbeinu Tam says, klar, I need Meshicha.
The Masas Binyamin sees it.
Yeah, but we don't know Rabbeinu Tam talking about in what kind of case. If it's
He didn't say a difference, so that means he's talking about Becher and chametz, since he didn't say a difference, Rabbeinu Tam.
So this is b'di'evet. So b'di'evet. So l'chatchil or machman chaldeus. B'di'evet you could be makel. B'di'evet either one helps, but l'chatchil you have to do each kinyan. So the discussion comes up. L'chira, why can't you? Since kinyan, since the shayla is that there is dinah de malchusa dinah. Alpi dinah malchusa is you give money. Money is kinyan. So why do you have this whole machlekes being Rabbeinu Tam and Rashi? You say the way it works is you give money, you're kind of dinner the malchusa. So why isn't that good enough? Why can't it be kind of mitzvah?
You say dinner malchusa is before.
Maybe it wasn't dinner the malchusa.
Dinner the malchusa al piteira is kain.
Is higher than the halachas of Torah.
Maybe
it's not higher. It just also works.
How do we know?
It makes Allah.
How do we know that that's dinner the malchusa dinner that kesef could be kain? And maybe you have to also do mashiach. What if I changed my mind?
So that's
who says din l'machlusa?
So assuming, so I don't know. So assuming that alpi din l'machlusa k'mayis is considered kinyan, so why the holiday it should work? Why doesn't it work? So there's a shiva masas binyamin where another shiva where you had a silo they only gave masas binyamin. It's Talmud of the Rama. So he writes a svara. He wants to say that Taka, since din malchusa mois works, so he wants to say it should be koine. We'll see in the sixth Maramakim. He writes Vinira.
He's arguing on Rashi and Rabbeinu Tam.
He's not arguing. They're talking about where it was Medina Malchusa. Medina Malchusa didn't work. They weren't discussing Dina Malchusa. They were only discussing Dina Torah.
Okay.
So he writes in the sixth Maramakim Vinira, the in Bekinyan Shabein Yisrael, the Yisrael Haminim Mevatel Halacha. If when it comes between Yidin, a minig is Eikar Halacha, meaning that a minig is to make a kinyan like this, it's considered a kinyan al pi Torah. It's Eikar the Halacha. The kosher came Bekinyan Shabein Yisrael Goy.
So that's why you have to ask before. It's not Eikar, he said. That's the halacha.
Right, but he's using the lashon Eikar, but meaning al pi Halacha.
He's saying it in an extreme way, but that's what it means.
Then even in that Torah, you'll only have, let's say, Meshicha and Mais. If people find a different one that they're doing, it works.
In general, the halachas of Torah only applies when there was no clarity. But when there is any clarity, the clarity pushes away halacha too.
Right.
If not push it away, that is halacha.
He's using a lashon Eikar, but that's what he means.
That's why I wanted to say it to you in that way.
Okay, I hear you.
So let's finish his lashon. The Bekai Gavin mean Dina Machusa Dino. So for sure when it comes to a goy, you also have not only that's the minhag, but you have Dina de Machusa Dino. I feel of a makim she'ina kina b'dina Yisrael, even though b'dina Yisrael is not kina b'dina and pasha too, and shekivin shalakach hascheda. And by there, that's pasha. Since he took the scheda, so he was over there. He saw there was a different case. He took the scheda, but he didn't give money. So the shayla was according to Rashi, it wasn't kina. So he says since he took the scheda basei, gam nasa mixas hadamim, he gave a little bit. He didn't give the full amount. Al hamekach. Since the din of the malchusa is that once you're meishach you're a kaina, so therefore din of malchusa dina and it's a good kinyan l'chol adeis.
Let's get to Tzuda, that even a deposit is like a meched. That's what he's saying.
He's writing that whichever way, whether you're passing like Rashi or Teisves, if the din of the malchusa,
if you did Meshicha and you gave a little bit of money, you accomplished both.
Even if you just did one of them, since the din of malchusa, it's a kinyan, so l'cheda should be good enough like Gabi mechiras chametz. So it comes to our mechiras of just giving money is enough. Maybe you don't need to make this whole day that we do doing 5 different kinyanim.
Case where you did both.
Right, but the whole discussion was that the money wasn't really a proper kinyan. He has all richas there because it was a shliach who gave the money. It was. So
why doesn't he just learn that when you gave a little money, it's like you gave a lot of money? So if you did Mashiach and you gave a lot of money, everybody's good. Now he's bringing it into a case where I only did one, and he wants to bring a diet to himself.
It's a long tshuva. He gets in discussion with it, but the problem was that the guy didn't actually give the money. The guy sent a shliach to give the money. So the shaila was that considered proper payment? And the what?
Why not?
Because do you have shlichus by a guy? Whatever. It's a whole.
The guy got the money, right? He took the money.
All these shas are asking, he discusses over there. Over here, he's going. Even if you want to say not, even if you want to say it's not proper, there's only mashicha. So you want to say that's good enough.
The foul over there wasn't without money. He's picking a foul where there was money and it was sent, and he wants to say it's as if it wasn't sent.
But the shaila was the money good enough of a kinyan? So he's going. Even if you want to say the money is not good enough of a kinyan, since al pidin machusim mashicha is a kinyan, it's fine. So this is about lapel. There's a tshuva from the Mara Mins.
Even though Mashiach is a kinyan is fine, did he try to say Kesef is a kinyan?
He holds Mikar din Kesef is a kinyan. He holds like Rashi that Mashiach is not kinyan. Mikar din Shalach is like Rashi that only Kesef, not Mashiach. But since we did the Malchus and Mashiach is kinyan, it works.
Okay.
Well, lapel there's a tshuva from the Mara Mins. Mara Mins he was before the Ramal, and also the Nachla Shiva was the Talmud of the Taz, where they both say that no, din of the Malchusa doesn't help over here. When it comes to selling the chametz and selling the bechor, din of the Malchusa doesn't help. Why not? So look in the 7th Maramokim. So Maramins writes, Ha'leisa, Haminog lei masil hafkia kedushas bechor deraisa. We're talking about kedusha bechor deraisa. The mina can't be oiker that. You want to talk about kinyanim, the minhag helps the guy to kinyanim. But when it comes to the Iker Isser Deraisa, look at kinyanim, but like the Iker
says a minhag is a kinyan.
Do you know how do you know that minhag is Iker al halacha?
How do you know minhag
is Iker al halacha? Because halacha, if you borrow money, you have to pay, but the minhag is you don't.
Let's finish the lashon inside. It says va'afilim tim taleimar. So first of all, he says that the minhag, this we say minhag of a kinyan is kaim. That's only got to be who's kaim. But let's be Iker Isser Deraisa. The kinyan minhag doesn't help. Va'afilim tim taleim the minhag shenagul chachamim Iker Deraisa. Even if you want to say that minhag that chachamim or noyeg that this should be a kinyan is Iker Isser Deraisa. Kugoyin situmto. That's something which is derech. The kiven the mukmi chachamim b'shus halakeach the hefker basin hefker b'meila have a kinyan. Right, because since hefker basin hefker is that's hefker midaraisa, therefore chum have a koyach that should be a kinyan even legabe is a deraisa.
Maybe it's a symptom.
No, situmta. It's not. It means handshakes or different or writing signatures.
Situmta it means a stempel.
Right, but there's a
to
few.
Buy as a certain way that they used to buy.
Right, so it could be so the kiven. So that even if you want to say that the minhag does help, that's not the minhag of the chachamim. That's a kinyan. But mikom mokim high kinyan the nagu hatagorim goyim. But kinyanim, which the minhag which the goyim do, ain't no mayel have kia kedushas bechor. Just but if the fact that it's a minhag by the goyim, that doesn't help to get rid of the kedusha of the bechor.
The Yid gave it to him that way. How did the guy do the kinyan on it?
Yeah, through the guy. The guy.
So that means the Yid's das, and the guy's doing it like the regular way, and we want to say it's not.
But it's not a minhag that chachamim or misakin. Chachamim or misakin were not misakin this minhag of a kinyan. It was the goyim. The goyim were misakin that this should be a kinyan.
The Yid did it different, and the goyim did it different, and now the Jew came onto the way the guy did it to use it out for his benefit.
So the shaila is could the minhag, the fact that the goyim do this helps. So he says it doesn't help because that's the only minhag only helps us neither that the chachamim or misakin, not that the goyim. And the next shiva, the Nachla Shiva, he was a Talmud of the Taz. He writes more also, why don't you say din of the malchusa? So here we're talking about minhag. Over here, what about din of the malchusa? So he says gam hol leisa in the 8th Maramakim. And we were gam hol leisa the ein anu holchim b'dvar iser achem in haga. When do we say din of the malchusa dinah? When it comes to money, business matters, he's din of the malchusa dinah. When it comes to iser, you're talking about iser chametz, the iser kedusha of a bechor. There's no din of the malchusa when it comes to yisurim. We don't go after the machos dinner. Kid Isla Hedian and Bishut Maram Mins Simon Hay that we just saw. This work doesn't take so much. After Vade Shein a male min hagam in the Isser. For sure, that min hagam don't help when it comes to Isurim. Doesn't apply
You're not
by
saying the
Yisur.
minig is talking about Isser, right? You're talking about the minig as if you're Canaan or not, but that's Mamela what comes out. So I don't know.
Oh, so,
I like the first way was a little better, meaning Ein Helkim Devar Yitzirachim in Hagim.
right, it's two different hezbedim. So this is Lapel. So back so Lamaisa, right? So Arkinyan. So Lapel, you can't rely on just a minhag of malkim. You need to make sure Al Pi Dinei Torah also you're kain l'chaladeos, right? So the shayla is l'chayru you only give money. So the shayla is according to Rabbeinu Tam that it's not a good mechira. So what do you do?
No, but
Where's
all
the
he's saying over here is because the Yidden don't do that way of business, we can't use it for Yidden to
The
think.
Chachamim were misakin.
If the Yidden would use
The
it for
Chachamim would be misakin.
that's
this type
what
of
Yidden do it
kinyan.
also.
What about a Yid's
would be
way?
fine.
Then you could do the minig Makim?
Yeah, if the Yidden, if the Chachamim were misakin that this thing is a kinyan, that this should be a kinyan,
So
then
they
it
were.
would
They
be
were
fine.
sacking Kesef. Kesef, everyone agrees the minig is a minig. Yidden do Kesef. Not minatera. They do Kesef because that's a natural way of doing it.
By a goy, according to Rabbeinu Tam, kesef is not koina.
Why, I'm asking?
Because midaraisa that's the din. Chachamim were never misakin that kesef should be koina by a goy. We didn't find the Chachamim made a
A
takana.
Yid's Kesef is only Teda Kesef, you want to say, not minig.
A yid from yid to yid.
Yid to Yid.
So according to Rabbi, so Haguf is also it's the same achleikas. According to Rabbi Yechanan, yid and midaraisa you're only koina through kesef. Chacham or misakin that you should also be koina through meshicha by a yid.
Wait, a handshake by a Yid, let's say, if that's
So
the
that's
minig.
situmta, yeah. So
That
that's
would be
something.
good.
That's something, yeah.
So for sure, Kesef between a Yid and a Yid would be good, even if it wouldn't say it.
Okay.
We have two ways to say Kesef's good by a Yid. One is Teda says, and the other way, that's the minig that Teda says.
And the chacham or misakin.
So now, why are we going
Yeah.
to change a Yid's minig that Kesef works between Yid, and you're going to say that it doesn't work between a guy and him?
Chacham didn't make a special takana for goyim. By goyim the
It's
din.
not Goyim. We're talking about my way of doing it is with Kesef. So when I do with a guy, that way should
But that
work.
because midaraisa kesef works by a yid.
No, I'm saying the Yid's Kesef is not only Midirais. The Yid's Kesef is two ways. One is because it's Midirais, and one is it's a minig.
No, but
it's not any
chacham,
worse
but
than a
chacham,
handshake.
no, because there isn't also a minute. Because chacham aren't going to add extra minute. If it's already kaina midaraisa, chacham aren't meisif anything. That should also be kaina. They left it the way it is on the din daraisa. By yid is kaina, by goy is not kaina. We didn't find the chacham made a special minute that should be kaina by a goy. So that's also the shayla. We need a different type, another kinyan to yibiyes l'chaladeis. So the rush. So there we saw before the place you mentioned in there. You should be kind of the makim where the chametz is. You should be kind of together with the makim. So Shai, what type of kinyan is that? So it starts in the rush in the 9th Mara makim, the rush in Bechiris. But he writes v'hamechaver shebekulon. The best kinyan, the way it is to be Yisrael Chaladeus is sheikabel mina ivekechavim pruta. You should take money from him, so that you'll be Yisrael according to Rashi. V'yikna lei hamakim shabhema medesham, and you should also be kind of the place where the animal is. V'yikna lei izana behema. Through this, you should be kind of maknet him a part of the ear of the behema, and therefore be potter from the bechor.
What's the mice of the ear of the behemoth?
If a goy has a shutaf, if he's a partner, and if he owns any part of this animal, then it's potter from the bechor.
Why can't he own the whole animal?
So
If you were matting him to mock him?
So why dafka the ear?
Pruta, you're not going to get it.
Right. So
You're matting him to mock him though. But either was no money. We said money doesn't count, but you want to say both.
Yeah, see, we want to be Yisrael Chaladeus. So you should give him money, so you'll be kind of according to Rashi. And also, together with the Makim, you'll be kind of a part of the animal, so you'll be Yisrael Chaladeus. So the shaila is, what is this kinyan of the Makim? What does this mean? So this is machlekes. What does it mean? It can either be a kinyan chatzer, that since he owns a place, everything which is on it, he's kinyan also, or it could be talking about a kinyan agav, that if you are selling a property and merchandise, so you sell the place, and you say together with this karka, you should be kinyan the merchandise which is in another place.
Definitely no mashicha. Or
by both of these things, you don't need mashicha.
You're saying karka, you kind of.
That's midaraisa. It's
yeah, karka kind of without anything.
Kinyan agav is a good kinyan. So the shaila is what type of kinyan is it talking about? So the Munah Shmuel, he understood that it was talking about a kinyan chatzar, but he has a big problem. Why does chatzar? Why is your chatzar kinyan for you? The reason your chatzar is kinyan for you is because it's considered like your shliach. It's medin shluchus.
Shluchus medin yad.
If you're standing next to it, then it's Medin Yad. If you're not there, then it's Medin Shluchus. So the question comes up, L'chida, ain't Shluchus L'goy. Right, Shluchus is Ma'ata, Atem, Kam Shluchacham, and Ebris. L'chida, there's no Shluchus by a Goy. So how could a Goy have a Kinyan Chatzar? So let's read inside. The 10th Malkim writes, the Tmiali Milsa. I don't understand. The Chatzar Koina HaBehema, Koina HaBehema Chametz, who Midin Shluchas. This is not the Chatzar's Koina for you, it's Midin Shluchas. Vim Kain, given the Midin Shluchas Kani HaChatzar, since the Chatzar's Koina Midin Shluchas, V'anan Kaimelan, the Ein Shluchas L'Kuti, V'loi Hein L'Dinan, not for them to us, V'loi Anan L'Didu, and we can be a Shliach for them. Meaning, we learn out from the Pasuk, Atem Gam Atem, by Truma, that the Shliach needs to be just like you. Kedisa v'perek Ezu neshech, daf mem amar aleph. So l'chayda b'kama duchti, we learn to see in many places that there's no shluchus for a guy. Din kain the chatzeri shall kuti koina lei leyadayna midemin olei lemeimar the chatzeri shall kuti koina lei. I don't know where he gets this from to say that the chatzar of a guy is going to be koina for him. L'chayda there's no shluchus for a guy. How could the chatzar be koina? Oh, so he understood. So it was the first we have to figure out could he be talking about Kinyan Chatzar? We'll get.
Why are you saying it's the makom of the guy? It's the makom of the yid.
No, he sold it, but he sold the makom.
Well, the yid has this. He gives him a dime. The guy gives him a dime.
Yeah, and he
buys that place of the yid.
And he buys a place, and together with a place, he's kinda the behema with the Kinyan Chatzar.
Whose place and whose behema?
It becomes the guy's place. Once he buys a place, he rents out the place, it becomes his, and therefore it's a Kinyan Chatzar.
Why can't it be my shliach? I'm the shliach. I'm making.
It comes together.
A guy could send his shliach to be mekabel something, or I could send my shliach to give it to the guy. So I did my shlichus while it was by a yid, and then the makim became the makim of the guy.
And it comes together. That's what I'm saying.
But he tells a guy doesn't have shliach. There's no shliach.
My shliach. I'm the shliach.
Who?
I'm sending it to the guy.
When the chatzar is clean, it's because the chatzar is considered like the shliach of the guy. The chatzar is his shliach. It's standing in his place. Instead of he being there to be clean, the chatzar is there standing there in his place. It becomes like his shliach.
First the buying comes, and then the kinyan comes. So first,
maybe it's buying kafa. No, we want to say the whole thing is that it has to become the guy's chatzar.
It becomes his chatzar, it's his shliach, and therefore he's clean.
Yeah, okay, good.
So this is the shaila. So the Masas Binyamin really tries to fight for the shaila. He's quoted a lot. He says that when do we say ma'atem b'nei bris kam shlichachem b'nei bris means that the mishaleach needs to be just like the shliach. So therefore a yid and a goy it doesn't match up. But what about a goy to a goy? If a guy makes a shliach, could that be a proper shlichus? If a guy sends another guy to be good, he go by the chametz. Does that work? Maybe only by yid. So that's what the Masas Bina wants to taina. He wants to taina that when do we say this doesn't mean that there is no concept of shlichus at all by a guy. It means between a guy and a yid, there's no they don't match up. A yid and a guy.
That's what we're doing here. No, a guy and a yid.
Over here it's different because the chatzar is being the shliach for the guy. There's no problem. The chatzar is not a yid and the guy is not a yid, so there's no problem. It could be a shliach.
That's be a shliach for himself.
The chatzar is the shliach.
The chatzar is a shliach for the guy.
No, but he's buying it. But the hema or the chametz never became his, and it's still the yid's.
But he's buying it from the yid. The chatzar is acquiring it from the yid for him. The yid isn't being a shliach. There's no shlichus from the yid or to the yid.
You mean the guy's not buying it anymore? It's his object that's buying it.
His object is acquiring it from the yid.
Yeah. So therefore, who says his object cannot buy it? But if he can't buy it, how can his object buy it?
No, he can't connect the yid.
Yeah.
But his shliach. A guy's shliach could connect to you.
Why? How? It matters. He can. So how can his shliach?
No, he
can.
No, he could.
What you could do. You can.
He could be koined.
He can't do it.
He could be koined through Mashiach. He could be koined. There are different ways he could be koined. But through bringing it into Shos. So instead of him bringing it into Shos, his chatzar took it. His chatzar did it. He didn't do it with his hands.
We have a cloud that if I can't do it.
But the guy could do it. The guy could do it. The guy could do it. The guy could make a kinyan. He just has to do it the right way. He can make a kinyan. He needs to do as long as he does it the right way, it could work. Let's see the version of the Chub of the Masas B'Yam inside, in 11. The davke inu ledidan va'anan ledidu hu d'leimatzi mashvi shliach. For us to them, and then to us, he can make a shliach. Mitam dema atem b'nei bris. Ashtul chachem b'nei bris.
That he could do. He's not making it.
Yeah, kedarina hasam. O masher the nachi shaper masi mashvi shliach goy chavere. But it's masher by a goy. A goy could make a shliach to another goy. The hot havai la b'nei bris hein. Both of them are not b'nei bris. V'havi shtul chachem to milatem, and they match up. So according to this, he could find and first say that is a kinyan chatzar.
He made his chatzar into his yad. He made his chatzar into his yad.
Not yad shliach.
And how is the chatzar being mekabel from the? How is the chatzar being kaina?
And whatever's in the chatzar is automatically kaina. The animal is in there, so he's automatically kaina. Shliach.
I'll shliach from the guy to me. It has to connect to me somehow.
You're giving it directly to the transaction is happening between the yid and the chatzar. The yid puts in the chatzar is kaina. Who's the chatzar kaina for? The chatzar is a shliach.
Or person has to be
kinyan chatzar. The chatzar though is.
If the chatzar would be live and it would be a shliach of the guy, he would be able to be kaina for me. So he's saying this chatzar that's dead is a shliach, but not a shliach. He's only a shliach of the guy, but not a shliach to me.
Not to the yid.
I would like to say he's kind of mitzad yad. The guy made his chatzar.
So yad only works if you're standing next to it. If you're standing next to the chatzar and you want it to be kind of for you, then it has a din of yad.
I don't know.
So this is so the pale. But however, the Alter Rebbe doesn't understand like this. The Alter Rebbe and other places understand that there is no din of shlichus by a guy at all, even between a guy to another guy. So therefore, they teach differently. Alter Rebbe and the Muna Shmuel learns that this din chatzar is made din kinyan agav. It's not kinyan chatzar. There's no kinyan chatzar by a guy since there's no shlichus by a guy, even between guy. And rather, it's kinyan agav. Let's say they shnein to be Yisrael you kabel the akuti mois b'shvil eisen habehem. Should be mekan take the money for the animal of the behem. Also, Rabbeinu Yerucham was the Talmud of the Rosh, and he quotes his Lashon. So you see the way he quotes the Lashon in the Rosh over here. He writes that it's a kinyan agav.
Agav of what?
So the kinyan agav is that when you're kind of this karka together with it, you can automatically be kind of something else also.
The guy.
The guy.
How's he kind of?
How's he through giving money? Karka you could pay, you could be kinda with money, the holidays. So the agav the karka you could be kinda the money.
What is that? What does it mean agav the karka?
There's the kinyan agav. There's
metalton you're kinda with meshicha.
Right.
Karka you're not kinda with meshicha.
Right.
So if I say I'm selling you this karka together with this fork, then we let this fork be nikna without meshicha. That's agav. Just like I was kind of this.
Package deal. Once I already have a kid on the chatzar.
Because I don't like folded it in. Is that because I don't like because I don't like to use the word?
It's a tuffle to it. No, because it's a tuffle to it. Agav means it's tuffle. Agav it's tuffle. My main focus is on this, and I'm also able to do this along with it.
Even though you didn't do anything to this is sold because it's there. Because agav
together
I can't use the word shliach.
No.
Because shliach can be by a guy.
No, even if I sell a yid,
it's a different type of kinyan.
And I'm selling him
because kinyan agav.
I didn't do mashiach, I could do it agav.
Yeah, but by a yid I can do shliach too.
Kinyan agav is a different type of kinyan. The money, the merchandise of the cow could be on the other side of the world, and I'm kinyan this karka over here. So agav this karka, I'll be kinyan the cow which is on the other side of the world. It's a different type of kinyan. Kinyan chatzar is only kinyan whatever's inside there.
Not what is.
No, he's thinking it's a haramis. He's saying it's a haramis. He doesn't like the whole idea.
Yeah,
the Yiddishkeit is all loopholes. Please, everything is a loophole.
So this is so that. It's not that ends the discussion. There are other types of kinyan.
What you know and how do you get away with it?
That thing on the other side of the world, how you kind of. I understand that. I understand that. I understand that's what Torah said. But why you kind of?
It's not so. Whatever. I think there's a discussion about the kinyan is kinyan.
Usually I need meshicha for this, but since for this I don't need meshicha, and I'm selling it to you together, so we let the meshicha drop off of this.
But you gave an example when they're both in the same building. But he's saying if it's
even if it's not, it's one contract.
It's one contract. I buy this house and I'm cutting something that belongs to you.
I'm selling you a house and a fork,
and they both belong to you.
And they both belong to me, but we're letting you.
Your house is over here, and I did something about this house, but I did nothing about that store over there.
I paid you.